Hey MTS crew, what's going on? Hope it's all good in the neighborhood. Y'all, I'm getting ready to cook up some chopped kale, and this kale is in the bag. It's the organic kale, and I'm gonna stir fry this kale, and I'm gonna show you how I stir fry this kale. Fresh is always better. If you can get, fresh kale anywhere, it's already better. I mean, it's much better. And if you can go ahead and cut it up, but I went ahead and got this. This is going to be for a quick meal and a quick stir fry. So let's go ahead and get this kale going. Let's take it to the stove, y'all. Oh, and these are the vegetables that I'm going to put in there. And I'm also going to add some garlic with this. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and double wash this kale, and I'm going to put some baking soda in it and let it just sit here for about 20 minutes, and then I'll give it another real good wash, and then we'll be ready to go ahead and saute this. Yes, even bag kale, you have to wash it, because sometimes those bags, in those bags, it's like a little odor with the greens and kale. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these off real good, and I'm going to wash them, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of dry them out the best I can. And also, the kale have, like, sometimes these stems still on them, and what I do, I just go ahead and remove the kale from the stems, and I just get rid of the stems. So I go through them and see, can I find any more of those big huge stems like this, and I just go ahead and pull the kale off. Okay, y'all, our kale is clean. I removed the stems off as much as I could, and I think I pretty much got them all. So I'm going to go ahead now. They have already been washed and soaked, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in a colander now, so I can let some of this water kind of drain off of them, and I'm going to let them sit there for a few minutes and kind of press them down and try to get as much water off as I can. So the kale is clean, y'all. So yeah, always, I know, I've heard of people opening these greens and not washing them off and go ahead and just cook them like that. No, you have to wash anything else, any kind of vegetables off, because if they are raised with pesticides sprayed on them. So I double, triple wash my greens. Even if I use the bag greens, I always wash them to make sure that they are clean. Okay, let's get these in the column. And if I find stems like this one here, I'll go ahead and remove them. I'll go ahead and get these out. So I'm going to put these in the colander and let them sit for a while, then they'll be ready. And I see a couple more stems I need to pull. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and add a little grapeseed oil and get this skillet hot. We're gonna let this get hot for a minute. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and add our vegetables in. We're gonna go ahead and get these sauteed. And if you want to add a little more oil, you can. So I added about 2 to 3 tablespoons of that oil. Okay. I just want to break them down just a little bit, not a whole lot. And I'm going to show you what I use. I also use Zesty Italian. Y'all, Zesty Italian makes these greens taste delicious. And what I like about Zesty Italian, it has flavor and it has oil in it. So, Zesty Italian dressing. Okay, let's go ahead and add our greens in. And I'm going to reduce the heat and turn these down for a minute. And I'm going to let these cook down. And they still have water on them. So I'm gonna let them cook down, and then I'll open back up and I'll go ahead and add my seasoning. So we're gonna use about a half cup or a half bottle of zesty Italian. Okay, we're gonna let those steam down some. I reduce the heat. I don't know whether I told you that or not. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and take a quick look at our kale. And at this part, I'm gonna add my seasonings. It reduced down nicely. I'm not gonna have to add any water to this. And I'm gonna let it cook for about 20 minutes. And then this will be ready. So let's go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit. And I'm gonna add 1 full tablespoon of granulated garlic. Teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, so a half a teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon of black pepper. Hold on, y'all. Even though I added a little, just a little salt, I'm gonna add some Mrs. Dash also, and I'm gonna add 2.5 teaspoons of Mrs. Dash. I see a few stems, but I'll deal with that. Okay, MTS crew, there we go. We have our sauteed kale. It's delicious, it's tender. And another thing that I want to tell you about this kale, if you want to add more seasoning, go ahead and add more seasoning to this. This is tasty. It's good for you because I absolutely love kale. And you remember back in the day, when people would cook kale and collards, they would let them cook half of the day. You don't have to do that because I use this method when I am cooking my collard greens also. It's much quicker. It takes off a lot of cooking time, and the greens are delicious. So thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe, my sauteed kale. Delicious, y'all.